Kate Falter, welcome to Irish Granny Helen. And just to remind me, welcome back, Gerald from Tarotstache. I'm so happy to be doing this. This is our sort of quasi-monthly knitting and chatting event.
Yep.
It's quite an event. How you doing?
I'm handling things. I'm handling myself okay. I have not lost my complete mind yet.
How would you know?
Well, that's a very good thing because I've told my chat GPT to, when it sounds like I've lost my mind, to please tell me.
To reassure you.
To reassure me that I have indeed lost my mind.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that, but have you been turning to ways of sort of self-soothing or distraction or comfort just because? Have you found yourself slipping into things that you'd rather, like, I'll start. I'm struggling more and more with not eating for stress, stress eating.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I've been very good. I've cut sugar out of my life and I don't eat meat anymore. But it's remarkable how many calories you consume in a half an hour when you're eating cashews.
Oh, yeah. And because right now for me, and yes, I'm being funny. And if this is offensive to anybody, for entertainment only, come over to Tarotstache and let me know.
He can't help it. It's okay.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
can't help it because Mom and Dad stopped when they got it right.
One of these days.
Under 2 minutes in when I bring that up. No, but I've also found in these stressful times, you know how on the back of packages they have like serving size? Oh, sorry.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. Yes, it's something that the computer does. You know how they give you suggested serving size?
Oh, correct. Which is always like hilarious in my opinion.
Well, yeah, but for some reason I must get my eyes checked because like one bag of potato chips, a regular size of potato chips, is now one serving. I think there's something with my glasses.
Oh, it just means like one event of sitting down and eating them all.
Yes. You know, one serving sizes is how much you can eat in one sitting.
That's right. Through a couple of movies or binging a Netflix series, or that's one.
Exactly. Exactly. That's one serving size.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
So for you, you're a little more careful about your diet than I am, and for admirable reasons. But do you find that that's your go-to when you're stressed, or do you have other ways of consoling yourself?
Eating is a regular go-to. I also take naps. Taking a nap and for me, just curling up is something, and I've always done that, Helen.
Can you turn your brain off?
It allows me to let my brain sort of it lets the air out of the balloon. So it's like suddenly all those thoughts are like going, okay, they're out.
Do you listen to like a book or a story or something to sort of escape into to sleep?
I've done that, yes. And in fact, I went and visited a friend of mine yesterday. And so I was in the car for about an hour and 15 minutes each way. I was listening to Frankenstein, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
Have you read that?
Is the Pope Catholic?
I don't know.
I went to Catholic school. You're so funny. I'm in the middle of writing an essay right now, and I'll just say this much. It's about my 8th grade English assignment, Moby Dick. Yes, I read.
Well, see, I never read it, and for some reason I got in my mind it was supposed to be the first horror novel, and it is not. It is credited as being one of the first truly sci-fi novels.
Oh, okay.
And so it's much more cerebral and inner angst about what this Dr. Frankenstein has done. I don't know if I'm going to finish it, to be honest with you. It's sort of like ooh, this is a bit of a slog, and I'm sorry for
It's a big slog. No,
it's a
it
big slog,
is.
and I apologize for the Frankenstein fans.
Do you know how it came about? The story of how it was written?
I think it had something to do. She was talking to a couple of other writers, and
Yeah.
she said she could do this, and by gosh, she did. What do
Yeah,
you?
they were entertaining each other. I don't know if it was a dark and stormy night, or I don't remember the context exactly, but they were trying to pass the time. And the two guys, it was Percy Shelley, and I want to say Keats. Would that be the correct time period? Yeah.
I think you're
And
right.
the three of them were sitting around talking, and of course the two guys and their massive egos, they were going to have no problem entertaining everybody. And she said, well, I can do this too. And they kind of challenged her to it. And her book sold a ton. It was very popular. It didn't ever appeal to me. It didn't ever appeal in the same way that I was never crazy about what's the other one? Bram Stoker,
Dracula.
Dracula. Yeah, I'm not into horror. I find real life more horrifying.
Yes. Well, what really attracted me to Frankenstein also was it starts as an epistolary novel.
Mm-hmm.
And I like an epistolary novel. And
Yeah,
that's why I
yeah,
like Dracula. I think
yeah.
it's so good. There's something intimate about that, about reading.
I'm trying to think of another one. Did Jane Austen write her novels were sort of conversational? It was like she was speaking to a friend. Dear reader, she always addressed the
Yes.
reader directly. I'm trying to think of another book that did that, though. All I could think of is The Diary of Anne Frank, and that's not quite right.
That's not quite right, but I do love a good journal, a book written as a journal.
What's your favorite journal book?
Um, okay, so I just recently, it's a May Sarton book, Journal of a Solitude, where she is recovering physically, but also emotionally. And we're seeing May Sarton is an author.
Mm-hmm, I recognize the name, yeah.
And so she is writing not just about the struggles of the recovery and how she is dealing with being alone for the first time in a very, very long time, but also the struggles with how to get back into writing and to the public venue of going to do talks, that sort of
Yeah,
thing.
be a public person. It kind of reminds me of Joan Didion.
I don't know that one.
When her husband died, she wrote a book about being in grief and mourning for the year after her husband died. It's an interesting book. She was the sister-in-law to Dunn. What's his first name? He's kind of a gossip writer, a gossipy novel type writer. He attended the entire OJ trial. Her husband's name was, I think, John Gregory Dunn. Griffin, not Griffin, that's their son. It's the brother of the other Dunn.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, isn't that? Oh, Dominic.
Dominic Dunn, yes. Okay.
His daughter was murdered, Dominique. She was in Poltergeist. Poltergeist, is that right? No. Is that right? Or the one with the mountain and the mountain of mashed potatoes. Was it Close Encounters?
Close Encounters.
I don't know. The 70s are a blur. I don't want to explain why. The 70s are just a complete blur, and all those movies, they're all like one big gigantic movie.
And that's because everybody should go over and subscribe to your Substack to be able to find out why. And when you are desperate, ask an Irish granny for help.
Thank you. That's very true. What was I going to tell? Oh, I was going to tell you my favorite sort of diary journal-esque book. Helene Hanff is it 88 Charing Cross Road?
84 Charing Cross Road.
84. I
Love
couldn't
it.
remember the number.
Love it.
I'd be
Love
wandering
it.
the block trying to find the right address.
Well, and it's interesting.
Love that book.
I do too. And the movie I thought was fine.
Oh, beautifully cast.
Yes.
Anne
Beautifully
Bancroft
cast,
and what's his name? Hannibal Lecter.
yes.
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
I thought that was quite charming because you are sharing with people across the pond this love of books, and there's this just a lovely nuance about it. It's great. And then there was a follow-up to 84 Charing Cross.
Yes, there was. Yeah.
And I also read that. And
she went there, you know.
She did go there. When I went there, 84 is Charing Cross Road is no longer there, I believe. So
now, see, that's the kind of place I'd want to go to. You can just keep your Buckingham Palaces. I have zero interest, but I would love to go there. I'd love to walk the route that Dickens took when he was writing either any one of his particular books. He walked all night long. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
He didn't sleep at night. He was a bizarre character, but that's where he got all his weird characters in his books, you know.
Yes.
Uriah Heep. Great stuff. So you've been doing what? Did you ever really tell me what it is you've been doing to just besides napping, which that's kind of passive? Are you doing something else?
Well, am I getting out there and doing any protesting? No. I am trying to do some more of my own creativity work to where I am actually using fabric to do paintings with, so to speak.
Yeah, how's the scene, the mountain and water and that scene? With
it has gone slowly because of I was supposed to be able to show you some of that, and of course it's upstairs.
Oh, so don't worry about it because I'm humiliated to show you where I am in my hat.
Oh, well, okay. We won't talk about it.
Well,
look away. It's still good though.
Look away from what?
Well, I was just trying to encourage everybody not to worry about what we're doing.
So I have found that the best distraction for the stress of current events is Schadenfreude, but of a particular kind. It has to be a certain kind. And I have found you have a normal family, so you might not relate to this, but I have found a delicious distraction from real life, although it reminds me of my childhood, is Welcome to Plathville. Have you seen that? Oh my God. So we're talking a family of about 17 million children. They look like the children of the corn. You know, they're all little blonde Aryan type stepping stool, you know, stepping. Yeah. They live in the middle of nowhere.
So Helen sort of. Okay, you blurbed out there for a second. You're blurbing out.
Okay. You came back. We have wind. It's okay. Yeah. So you really didn't miss anything. I didn't say anything important. They're children of the corn, and they're just they live in this place in Georgia. And you tell me what the name of this little town is. Cairo.
Cairo.
Yeah.
I would say Cairo, but that's probably
not how they say it. They call it Cairo. And every time they say it, it's like fingernails on a chalkboard. So it's distraction, you know, it's desensitization or something.
Yes.
So the basic plot is that their parents were kind of horn dogs in the 70s or the early 80s, and they got married and something happened and they became fundamentalists, and they had, I think, 9 children, but we only see 7.
Okay.
And the reason for that is tragic. Their oldest daughter, whose name is Hosanna,
Okay.
is completely doesn't exist. They never talk about her. She's never been pictured in any group pictures. She never shows up at the house. I don't know if there's so much animosity that she truly is out of their lives or if she prefers privacy. So I don't want to make accusations, but she doesn't exist in this show. And I think she lives in another state. She's married because they all get married when they're like 14. I'm exaggerating. She got married in her late teens and she's gone. So the tragic story, the really tragic story is they lost a child who was about between maybe 18 months and 2 years, at toddler age. Their mother ran over him in the driveway.
Oh my God.
And the mother is not okay.
No.
And the father is not okay. The father is, he's the creepiest thing you've ever seen in your life. He smiles 24/7. And while he's being patriarchally bizarre, and the mother orchestrates every minute moment of each child's life. So it's really interesting to watch because over the years I've dipped in and dipped out. I didn't watch it for when it first started for a couple of years and finally got desperate for something to do one day and I watched it and I thought, oh my God, I have to watch this. The oldest child that was left at home after the daughter absconded is a son, and he got married very young, around the age of 18 or 19, and the parents did not like the young woman he married. She's also from a religious family of many children, but she's a little bit of a renegade. And she took him down the garden path. It's interesting. She corrupted the daylights out of him in their eyes. Not really, but in their eyes.
Yes.
And so they've got this string of children, and each and every one has some kind of weird issues. Each and every one that's old enough. There are a few really young ones who are still under the thumb. But, you know, the parents end up getting divorced.
Oh, okay.
I know. And it's actually not final. It's the world's longest divorce. I think it's been 3 years now because good Christians that they're at each other's throats over money.
Oh, okay.
And so, and the whole thing is just unbelievable. So one of the sons, like child number 4, I believe, who is just shockingly handsome, moved to Los Angeles to be a model, got corrupted, you know, by those West Coast liberals, and came back to Georgia to be with his family with this girlfriend who's 2 feet taller than he is and super abusive, verbally abusive.
Oh, geez.
So they start going to a counselor, and the counselor is utterly horrified. It's just, I'm telling you, you forget all your own problems.
Yes. Okay, so you refer to this as Schadenfreude, excuse me. Do you want to tell everybody what that means in case they don't?
Okay. Well, it's just a fancy German word for taking pleasure from now I'm embarrassed. Taking pleasure from somebody else's misfortune. Yes. And let me put it in context. I was raised in an extremely controlling, patriarchal, theocratic, domineering, dysfunctional, huge Irish Catholic family. Gerald had a different experience. I'm jealous. Would you adopt me, do you think?
We'll put it up to the family council.
I'm taking pleasure in the confirmation that patriarchal, theocratic upbringings are damaging. Isn't that awful? That's my fun times.
Yeah. No. Yeah. The first time, what's interesting, my first exposure to Schadenfreude was in the musical. Oh, I should have figured out the musical before I did it. It's the one with the big puppets, Avenue Q.
I have no idea what that is.
It's a musical that there are puppets that are actually involved on stage. It's a fascinating. It's very well written. It's
like marionettes, kind of.
no, they're actually you see the puppeteers, so they're sort of they're hand puppets, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but they all live in the apartment and on Avenue Q.
Yeah.
And they talk about Schadenfreude.
Oh, who's the recipient of that? I mean, who are they taking pleasure from the misfortune of? That's great.
Somebody else, yeah, somebody else in the apartment building. So they're getting that, and they're also talking. There's a great song in there. Look it up on YouTube.
Okay.
It's called Everyone's a Little Racist.
Okay, I will look it up.
It's so it's a lot of fun.
So do you put things on your channel, on your community posts, just random things to entertain people?
I'm entertaining enough, Helen. I don't need to do that.
Oh my God. What did I do wrong, Lord? That I grew up with this and I thought I escaped it, and here we are right back in the thick of it.
I actually haven't done that, Helen. I've actually just started getting used to doing stuff with them.
Well, you do quality things. I'm just looking for filler most of the time. So when I find a song that moves me, or here's an example. Freddie Mercury.
Yes.
Love a little Freddie Mercury. He did a performance once in 1988 in the city of Barcelona with an opera singer named Montserrat Caballé. And they sang a song that was written for the 1992 Olympics. And Spain had a 4-year festival leading up to the Olympics, started in 88. So Freddie Mercury and Montserrat are doing a duet, and it's the opening of this whole 4-year hoopla, right? And I know that Freddie Mercury has a beautiful voice, but he was at least equal to singing with this world famous opera diva. And they were friends. And it was very interesting because she was an older woman. She was quite obese. She's kind of reclusive. And he was just devastatingly handsome in this tuxedo. I mean, they made a really odd, opposite looking couple, right? Younger, older, very ooh la la. And just, she looked like somebody's grandmother pretty much, although she is absolutely beautiful. So they sing this duet. Every time I hear it, I cry and I get chills. So periodically, about once every 6 months, I put that on my channel.
You post it on your channel?
Yeah. Yesterday, I posted something because the words kept haunting me out of the blue. And so there's a musical that I'm very into Broadway. There was a musical. I don't know if it's still on Broadway or if it's coming. I'm not sure what the timeline is, called Just in Time. And it's the story of Bobby Darin, who is not ever somebody that I would be all gaga about, right? But the guy who plays Bobby Darin is Jonathan Groff. Jonathan Groff is probably most commonly known for being King George in Hamilton.
Okay.
But he was also the younger FBI profiler in Mindhunter.
Okay.
So he can do anything.
That's a good, good scope of talent there. Yeah, I
he's
love
a triple threat, and he's won several Tonys. So, I mean, he's very talented. So here he is as Bobby Darin, and it's the very slick, very orchestrated. There's a kind of a nightclub feel to everything Bobby Darin did. It's kind of Sinatra-ish, the time period I'm talking about. So the song that he does that I uploaded is called Beyond the Sea.
Okay.
And there's a connection there. The words of the song and some psychic stuff that friends and I were doing earlier today about near future things that are going on. Okay. But I kept getting Beyond the Sea, Beyond the Sea, Beyond. It was really weird. So I put it up. If anybody is interested, you can watch him. And it is such a performance. It starts out a tiny bit slow because he does a Bobby Darin. He starts out holding a microphone, standing in the middle of the audience. I'm really happy to be here tonight, folks, and it's an honor to be in this theater where Bobby Darin first sang on the Ed Sullivan Show. And he walks up to the stage, and you're like, well, come on, get on with it, you know. And he walks up into the stage, and it's like he channels Bobby Darin. He is so charismatic. It's so good.
You like that?
Oh my God, I love Broadway. Do you like Broadway?
I do.
What's your favorite?
Well, I'm a big fan of Les Miserables.
Okay.
Because my association with theater is I did props and I was a stage manager, one of the assistant stage managers for children's theater. I love
yeah.
it. So when I'm watching Les Mis, the first tour when it came around with the rotating floor, really, really phenomenal. And I'm like going, oh God, this is smart. This is very intelligent. I like intelligent theater that just challenges, but also just draws me in and won't let me go. It's just like, you have to keep watching this because don't look away. Don't go to the bathroom.
Absorb how they did it. Did you see The Phantom?
I did.
So I didn't know what to expect, and it's not my favorite. I didn't know what to expect, but I vividly remember I was really impressed by the scenes in the Paris underground, the
sewers.
The sewers, yeah. With I don't know exactly how they created the effects, but it looked real. It was astounding. It really was impressive. Yeah. But I like me a little Cole Porter tap dance routine.
Oh yeah. I used to go to the Broadway series when it would travel in town. Then my first husband and I, we would get the music, them on CD, we'd listen to them and read the libretto and have a great deal of fun with that. So it was quite good.
I remember I was about 6, maybe I was 7. My mother was really into Broadway musicals. She had a beautiful voice. And she brought home the soundtrack, the Broadway soundtrack to My Fair Lady.
Ooh.
So Julie Andrews, Rex Harrison, I can remember singing along with this thing obsessively, like playing it over and over and over again. My husband said to me one day, I can't believe you know the words to all those songs. I was 6 years old. It's impressionable, Have you seen Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter?
Yes.
Have you seen the famous scene? You know how at the Tonys they always play the main performance number of each performance, each show.
Not see that one. Yeah, that was
okay.
Merrily We Roll Along.
No, that's Jonathan Groff.
Okay.
Daniel Radcliffe is also in it. You're right. Okay. He's also in it.
Everybody,
and there's a woman. There's a trio.
Take a short of that. Say that again, Helen, that I was right, because I want to make a short of this.
Stick it in my craw.
Okay, go on.
You were absolutely right, Gerald, as you always are. So Daniel Radcliffe is quite the song and dance man.
Yep.
Who knew? He did How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. He played the part that Matthew Broderick played on the second remake. And then I forget the original guy, the guy with the gap between his teeth. I can't remember his name. In the 60s. They did the scene Brotherhood of Man at the Tonys.
I love it.
Oh my God. The male dance the chorus, I guess you'd call them,
Mhm.
the guy. It's all men because business, right?
Yeah.
They're all in business suits. Now, of course, they've been tailored for dancing, so you wouldn't do this in your usual 9 to 5 outfit. But oh
No.
my God, the athleticism! I couldn't believe Daniel Radcliffe.
I think that's wonderful, and that's one of those things we have to. I like it when actors are willing to go do something completely different
Yeah,
to force the fans who have stuck in their head, this is who you are, and you will never be anything else. Of
yeah.
course, yeah. So yeah.
There's a series that they put on every year for charity,
Hmm.
and it's called. Well, I think there are two of them. One is called, I think, Broadway Backwards, and the other is called Miscast, like
Oh.
cast incorrectly,
Hmm. Hmm.
And they kind of, some of the people that do it are invited to do it, and some of the people beg to be allowed to do it.
They
And
also
Jonathan
do.
Groff is a huge, gigantic fan of Sutton Foster.
Uh-huh.
And she's the woman who played the main role in the remake of Anything Goes, Cole Porter.
Mhm.
So he begged them, please let me do the Anything Goes number. And it's this gigantic production number with 50 tap dancers, and it's
Oh yeah.
very physically demanding because you're singing and dancing a lot, and then singing again, and you have to do it convincingly without. He was fabulous,
I
so
like
good.
that.
Oh, so good.
Well, this goes to that idea of there are when I need to do some mental escape. I like to watch a good musical, a movie musical. I've been talking to, Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers films. They're light, they're charming. There's a lot of joy in the dancing that goes along and the interactions with that.
Yeah.
So there's something charming about that. And there's I don't have the citations about it, but there was some talk about people who rewatch movies. It's a comfort level for them,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because it helps to replenish some sort of hormone balance or
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
Oh, I
And
believe it. Yeah.
so I have regular shows that
What
I
do you
will.
rewatch? What do you watch that does that for you?
Well, Absolutely Fabulous does it for me. Um,
Okay.
you know, so
You have
that's
to
my
go put the fire out or something, or
no, that's
oh,
that's my neighbor.
oh,
So I should probably get that. Hang on. I'm
okay.
gonna I'm gonna mute myself.
Oh, look at this picture. Sorry, everybody. Is that's pretend? That's not real. That's AI. You can kind of tell. Oh, we
It
were
is
going to talk
AI.
about.
Somebody did it for me.
Oh,
I'm
you can
waiting
hear
for it to
me.
pick
Oh,
up.
well, I knew it wasn't you. It actually looks like somebody I know, so it took me aback because it's very similar to somebody I know. Somebody I know who decided for fun he was going to learn how to parachute, and on his very first solo parachute flight, his parachute didn't open until the absolute his emergency chute opened at the very lowest level from the ground, the lowest altitude it could and not be fatal. And he landed, luckily for him, he landed in kind of a swamp. He went way off course because he was struggling, and he landed in this swampy ground, and he went buried up to his knees and he broke both his legs, but he lived.
Who was this?
A friend of mine.
Oh, good Lord. Well, and thank you for letting me answer to answer the phone. My neighbor lady, Judy, I call her Miss Judy because that's what you do. She is an actually she's a charming lady. She's always watching out for the house. And if we are out of town, we let her know. We know some, because she's not Mrs. Kravitz, but
Well,
she
she couldn't
is.
be. She couldn't be. You know why?
Why?
I am.
Oh, okay. But she's just a charming lady, and
Yeah.
she moved up here after Hurricane Katrina,
Oh.
and she's got some health issues, so she can't move around very well. So when she calls, I'm usually all over it, because there's sometimes where, and here's the thing, and here's the thing: be nice to people when you can. Everybody. She calls and she's like, "And I'm so sorry, but could you come over and help me move a box?" It's because she's very frail. And I'm like, "Of course, I will be right over." And, I'm like, "Well, while I'm here, what else?" And this was especially during lockdown. I
Yeah,
was
it's
really
hard,
worried
lonely.
about her, and
Yeah.
lonely and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, and she apologizes for her dogs that are constantly barking, and it's like,
Yapping.
she's
Well, you're a good neighbor, I'm quite sure.
well, yeah, I try.
My next door neighbors, there's this house here next door that we watched being built, and it's gone through a series of owners, and it make a really interesting book. But at the moment, there's a young couple who live there. He is an EMT firefighter, and she is a dispatcher. What perfect neighbors for old people who are decrepit, huh? Perfect.
When I hear that somebody is an EMT, I am singing their praises. I'm saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank
You
you.
befriend them immediately, and you give them
Well,
your
I
phone
befriend
number.
them immediately. I'm also the guy. I go for regular doctor visits.
Yeah.
I call them well baby visits, and
Please tell me you're not going to the pediatrician.
No, I'm not going. But I am wearing a T-shirt that says "boring patient" on it that I had made.
Oh, I can't see that far, but that's great.
No, but I'm not wearing it today. But I have a big T-shirt that I wear.
Oh, when you go. Yeah.
Yes, and they all love it, and everybody, But I'm appreciative of the people who check me in.
Oh,
The
yeah.
nursing assistants.
Yeah.
The lab tech people. Who likes to have their blood drawn? Not me, but I'm like going, thank you for doing this. Thank you for being good at your freaking job.
You want to get really good care? I'm serious now. I'm not kidding, because I used to be the person behind the desk. You want to get good care? Bring them a box of C's candy every once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
You have it's like a scrum in a rugby game. When a patient brings a box of candy like that, it's every person for himself, man. It gets ugly.
You are not. I mean, I am not allowed to do that anymore.
Why?
I used to bring them stuff, but they're not allowed to accept gifts that are over a certain amount. And if you do, they have to be not in public view. So what I do is I put it in a brown bag and I hand it to them.
Well, it shouldn't be in public view anyway. You don't want to have to share with the public. It goes in the break room.
Yeah. Well, see, and I am a person who, I'm very fortunate, and I'm very patient with myself and with doctors and people in medicine, because what's the alternative? To be pissy, and then that's not going to help anything. But Helen disagrees with me.
Well, I'm sighing because it depends, and you're lucky, and I'm jealous. In the clinic that I go to, that I've gone to for decades, they have this new policy, and I know that this has to be insurance driven. I just know it is, because the people there are lovely,
Mm-hmm.
You have to show up 15 minutes before your appointed time. If you show up 14 minutes, your appointment has already been canceled and you've been charged.
Yeah,
and you need to make a new appointment. Then you sit the 15 minutes, provided you're on time, the 15 minutes before your appointment, and you wait another good 30 to 45 minutes, because apparently our time is with no value at all, and so when I go in there, I'm already pissed, because I'm always early. I'm chronically early. So I've been there a while, and I'm already pissed. And then the first thing they want to do is put you on a scale, and I am allergic. to scales. I refuse.
Oh,
I always tell them, if I have to be on a medication that requires my weight, then you can weigh me. But until then, it's nobody's beeswax. I'm not getting on that scale. And so by the time I go into the exam room, my blood pressure's redlining, you know, because I'm ready for
yes.
a fight. Yeah. So I'm sorry, I interrupted you. See, I'm already pissed. I don't even have an appointment.
Okay. And this is interesting. Let's pause for a second. And part of what I've had experience with is yeah, I've had similar experiences where you show up and the appointment runs really late because there's other things. And part of it is how I adjust for that. I prepare. I have my knitting with me. I realize that I've got other things to keep myself busy.
Mhm.
And then the other thing, you know, I don't know, but I don't know if you know this, but I'm sort of metaphysical. I don't know if you knew that, Helen. I'm sort of
You know,
metaphysical.
you don't seem the type, but okay.
Okay. Well, but what I'm also doing is while I'm there, I'm exercising my perception of what's going on
Mhm.
from the energy.
Mhm.
And then and I got this from my friend Margaret, who you know has been working in like hospice and you know providing care for people for a very long time. She goes in and she cleans that up. She clears that. So I started doing that too, sort of cleansing the energy. It's like I'm a janitor, but I'm an energetic janitor. So I'm just sort of like going, thanks for being here. It's time to go. Time to go.
Well,
Time to
that's a skill I don't possess. I
Have
can
you
hardly
tried it,
control
though?
myself.
Okay.
Well, I kind of put it in the same class as like meditating, and I have a difficult time with that too. I just don't. I'm not real calm. So before COVID, it wasn't as much of an issue. I kind of enjoy people watching, and oh well, right? But now I don't want to be in an enclosed space with a bunch of
Sure.
sick people who are coughing, who don't wear masks,
I understand.
or worse, wear their mask under their nose because they have no concept. How does the human respiratory system work, Gerald?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh my God. And as I get older and I'm really feeling the cost of medical care, it's incredible. It's demeaning, and it's disrespectful,
Mhm.
and it is absolutely enraging that these policies are imposed, you know, by insurance companies,
Yeah.
and there's no respect for the patient. It's all going in one direction. I know it's not the people who work there. These are policies coming down from on high, and you know where they're coming from. They
Yeah.
have to see a certain number of people every 15 minutes, and you know, and it's becoming less and less. You're dehumanized. That's what I don't like about it.
I'm sorry. That's you know, I mean, and I'm acknowledging what you're saying. I
Mm.
I hear what you're saying.
Mm.
I can't fix that.
Why
Damn it.
not?
Well, because I have other things to do. I'm, you know, but what okay, I'll let you in on a little secret.
Mm.
I try to be the patient that they are going to remember that day for all
Hmm.
of the right reasons.
Well, this is all an internal battle. You know, I don't put it out there.
No,
I'm
I'm
not.
not saying you do. No, I know you don't. But I purposefully, when I'm struggling on the inside, I balance it by going over the top. And I'm just like,
Nice.
you know
Yeah.
what? I'm going to be genuinely nice
Because
because,
you are.
well, thank you. Not everybody would agree with you, but that I appreciate
Well,
that.
we all have our moments.
Yes, we all have our moments. But there's the beauty in that because then it's like, I don't know about you, but just as a human being, I like to be heard. I like to be
Hmm.
acknowledged. Uh,
Hmm.
um, and I know the staff are the same way. And so I'm trying to do the same thing because when I'm like when I'm acknowledging something and I stop talking, it's there. They also feel seen and heard.
Mhm.
And it's sort of, I figure there's an energy flow.
Well, what you put out, you receive back. And if you're doing it, and the only thing that will motivate you is the pragmatic, then it's worth your while to make the effort because you'll get positivity back. But the
Mhm.
real reason you do it is because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to try to be kind to each other, you know?
Yes.
And I like people. I enjoy talking to people. I can talk to anybody. I don't care if I've never met you. You know, I will have a conversation with you. Um, I don't take it out on the people behind the desk or the
No,
staff
of
people
course
or
not.
whatever. But inside, I'm absolutely seething at the system. It's the system that drives me
Yeah.
crazy. And there seems to be a whole lot more of that every day.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you know that AI? Well, we were going to get to the topic of AI. Well, before we do, I have one more question for you. You never really told me, other than uh, Absolutely Fabulous. I couldn't remember the name of it.
Oh,
What movie do you return to over and over?
I am a huge fan of Auntie Mame.
Rosalind
The
Russell.
Rosalind Russell,
Oh my
yes.
God, it's so
The
good.
Rosalind Russell. I am also fascinated by some of like the go-tos, like The Devil Wears Prada. And then I
Oh,
and then I follow that up with the documentary, The September Issue.
is that
Which
about what's her name?
it's about the publishing of
Windtower?
Anna Wintour.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so the September issue is a documentary about the filming or about the creation of the September issue of a Vogue. So I sort of like to look at the fiction version of it and then the nonfiction, and I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, kids.
Yeah, yeah. It's a different world entirely.
Yeah.
I have a couple of older movies that always make me feel they awaken my cold dead heart.
Ooh,
I
what are they? I gotta know
I
this.
love Mr. Blandings Builds His Dream House with Cary Grant and uh I want to say Mona. That's not right. My mind is not working right. Melvin Douglas plays the lawyer, and the wife. Oh my God, she was the queen of Hollywood. What the heck is her name? Dark hair. Uh, Not Mora, not Mona. I'm gonna have to look it up because it's gonna drive me absolutely stark raving mad.
Mhm.
But it's about Cary Grant, and it's so interesting because it takes place in somewhere on the East Coast, like New York, Connecticut, and he and his wife have this tiny apartment in Manhattan. He's an ad man, I think. And they just don't have enough room. Every time they're getting ready to go to work, and every time they open a cabinet, things fall on their heads and they're, tripping over each other. They have a couple of teenage daughters. And it's pretty funny because Melvin Douglas is the lawyer, but he's their friend too. Myrna Loy. Myrna Loy. Why could I not remember that? So they decide that they're going to move out of the city, which is a big deal. And this is the late 40s, the late 40s.
Mhm.
And that was a big thing. That was a big demographic change at the time. So they find this old house and try to remodel it. And it's an old farmhouse on a bunch of acres, and you think about it today, you think nobody could ever afford that, but they just
Yes.
very blithely buy it. And it's the pitfalls and difficulties that they have. And Melvin Douglas is sort of half in love with Myrna Loy, and and Cary Grant is sort of half jealous of him, but it's friendly.
Sure.
And so the dynamics between the three of them are absolutely hilarious. And Melvin Douglas and Cary Grant make a great comedy pair. It's subtle, but it's just wonderful. It's well written. It's very, very funny, and it never gets old. Even though a lot of the humor is almost slapstick.
Yeah.
They get
Well,
locked in the bathroom. The
but
house
the
is.
truth, is, Helen, it's got Cary Grant in it.
Oh,
You won't
Cary
love
Grant
it.
could read the telephone book, and I'd be
I know.
just at his feet.
I
So
know.
good.
Well, but see, in there, there's an interesting black and white movies are really engaging because of I think they're cinemagraphically, they're fascinating, especially from an artist standpoint of is the lighting is perfect. The mood is incredible. So I get that. So, and I am the, what's the Cary Grant and what's her name movie you keep talking about?
Mae West,
Mae
she done him
West.
wrong.
She done him wrong. I'm still trying to, I think I may have that on my playlist in YouTube that I need
I
to
think
watch.
it's on Turner Classic Movies, I think. And then there's another one that is, I just discovered it the year before last, because I love Christmas movies, but I hate It's a Wonderful Life. I do not like Jimmy Stewart. I hate, okay, people are gonna be so mad at me. I can't stand Jimmy Stewart. I don't know why. I have no good reason. Karma. I don't know.
And this is Irish Granny Helen. Please
Blame
like
me,
and
don't blame
subscribe.
Gerald. we have to be allowed to have our likes and dislikes. That's what makes
Yes.
life interesting. We
You
all
are
agree.
you are
That's right.
entitled to your wrong opinions.
Thank you, and as are you.
Yes.
I love Alistair
Crowley.
Sims.
Alistair
Christmas
Sims,
Carol,
yes, the Christmas Carol.
right? But I discovered Barbara Stanwyck made one of the best Christmas movies ever, Christmas in Connecticut. Oh my God. Have you ever seen it?
I think so, yes. I'm writing it down so that I can watch it because, by the way, good films can be watched any time of the year, just not around the holidays.
Yeah, if you need cheering up, it's perfect. She is a columnist for a women's magazine. She has a regular thing in a women's magazine, and she is like the perfect housewife.
Okay.
She describes her wonderful husband and her wonderful children and her wonderful home and how to cook. Well, she's living in this tiny apartment. She's completely single. She's very independent. She can't cook. She can't boil water. She's not in a relationship. I mean, she's the absolute opposite of this image she's created. And they're struggling for money in the magazine, and the owner, I guess, the big shot money guy, is close to giving them a bunch of money that's going to save the magazine, but he wants to meet her in person. And so she has to find a house, a husband, a child, and how to cook in like 3 days or something right around Christmas. He wants to spend Christmas with the family. Oh my God. Who knew Barbara Stanwyck was such a good comedian? So good. So funny.
I love that. I have written that one down. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Have you watched the Dickens Christmas Carol? It's the story, that may be the wrong, but it's the story of Charles Dickens writing A Christmas Carol.
No. When was that made?
It was probably about 8-9 years ago.
Who plays Charles Dickens?
Oh, I don't know. I will find it, but I'm looking over there because I had it out, but I actually listened to the audiobook that it was based upon. Boy, the author, she was brilliant.
How did I not even know anything about this? He's my favorite writer. Who wrote it? Do you remember?
I'm finding it.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to put you on the spot. I find I'm having a harder time these days remembering authors, titles, plots, anything.
Well, you can keep talking.
Oh, well, what came to mind, you remember, Jane Eyre, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why I thought of this, but did you ever read The Wide Sargasso Sea?
No.
I think the author is, her last name, I want to say, is like Rhys, R-H-Y-S. I think she's Welsh. It's the story that continues. It is the context for Jane Eyre. It's all about the wife in the attic and how she ended up there, and and it sort of is the parallel story that gets you to the book Jane Eyre. It's really interesting, really well written.
It is Mr. Dickens and His Carol by Samantha Silva.
I've never heard. Oh my God. Never seen it, never heard of it.
And so the film was loosely based on the book, and it's fascinating. It's so good because she talks about how he walks at night, and it's just fascinating.
You know, he was a bit of a not activist, but a supporter of social justice, because he was on the receiving end. He spent time in a debtor's prison with his family.
Yes, yes,
He was
and
a
that's
terrible husband and father.
yes, yeah. So I mean, yeah. So I always like a good story like that, and you know, and for me, it's when someone overcomes the situation that they're in, and with the help of others, but they're all celebrating each other. It's just fun. That you know, it fills me up. So
I would guess you're not a big fan of action movies where things blow up and cars crash and stuff.
it depends. One of my guilty pleasures are James Bond films.
Ew. He's such a misogynist.
Oh, there you go. Ew.
Ew. Ian Fleming was the world's biggest misogynist.
I'm sorry.
Did you know that?
I knew that he was sort of. Yes, I did. I did know that.
Did you know that he was a spy?
That doesn't surprise me.
He worked for MI6. I think MI5 is like the FBI, and I think MI6 is like the CIA, kind of. And so if you're MI6, you're like an international spy. If you're MI5, you're a Fed, you know.
Okay, so let me, you know, one of the reasons that I like movies like that is this, you know, you were talking about, you didn't think that I was a fan of action films. I like the silly things that they you know, that they have, the tools, you know, the cufflinks that can blow up, you know, an entire building and all that stuff. And
the Maxwell Smart of the whole thing.
Oh yes, yes. But you know, oftentimes I like it when the main characters, which are oftentimes men, unfortunately. I did think the Laura Croft films were quite good.
I didn't see them, yeah.
But I do like it when those heroes are put in place or rescued by the women who are like going, well, that's a job well done. And then they sort of just brush their hands and then move on. It's like, yeah, there you go.
What was the name of Austin Powers? Did you see those cracked me up? I thought they were great.
I think they're hilarious, yes.
Oh, behave.
Oh, behave.
So funny. I know. Mike Myers. Mike Myers, right? Yeah. Mike Myers. He's very talented. He's very funny.
Have you ever seen The Pentaverant, which is a Netflix series? It's like 7 or 8 episodes of it, and it's about a secret society. The Pentaverant.
No.
It's funny. It's a comedy, but it's about a secret society.
What kind of a secret society?
Ones that control everything, and
like Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, so it's fun. And Mike Myers is in there, and he's Canadian, and it's quite funny.
Did you ever watch The Man from U.N.C.L.E.?
I did not.
I think it was a girl thing. I think it appealed to a certain age group of teenage girls. I was madly in love with The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Oh my God. To the point of, you know, probably a little light stalking.
Well, I was also a big fan of the Avengers.
Oh, Diana Rigg.
Diana Rigg.
Oh my God, yes. I wanted to be Diana Rigg when I grew up.
Yes.
Really related to her.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't want to be Diana Rigg.
Well, what was the other guy's name with the hat? The bowler
John
hat?
Steed.
You know, he was something to emulate. He was very suave and debonair, you know. I mean, I really liked him too. But there was something about her. There weren't a lot of female role models
Yes.
in which the women had their own power and skills and independence, and
Yep.
really didn't give a you know what about
Yep.
the guys, the
Yep.
agency that she had. It was cool. Plus, she had red hair.
Mm-hmm.
She had auburn hair, and so did I. So I was like, oh, yeah, I look like her. Look just
There you
like
go.
her.
That works. You just need a really tight bodysuit and you know how to
Which
wield a sword.
you have no idea how tragic that suggestion is. I think I was like 12 or 13. No. But she was wonderful. And she only just recently died.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of famous people. It's
Yeah.
getting really scary. My husband he's a big rock fan. I mean, serious, all these stupid albums. He's a big rock fan. And he'll come into the living room and he'll say, "Did you hear who just died?" And he'll name this name and I'll say, "Who is that?"
Yeah.
It drives him
Give me a
crazy.
context. I don't, I am not good with remembering names.
Well, it's usually not a name that a normal person is likely to remember. It's some obscure second guitar player, or, the manager of some obscure group. I mean, he is really into it.
Good.
Yeah, well,
Everybody needs to have their fun stuff
a
because
little obsession, yes.
yes, because it keeps them out of your way.
Yeah, he's very capable of entertaining himself. He's not the kind of person who plants himself in the middle of the living room and drinks beer and yells at the television sports. He's not like that at all. No. His hobby through the whole entire past 5 years of unfortunate medical situations, his hobby has been, he's a amateur photographer, and our attic was groaning under I'm not exaggerating, thousands of slides. And he has gone through slides from 1979 till today, and he has put them in chronological order. He's sorted through them, and that's no small chore because our kids confuse them all, mix them all up. And our kids are so similar in appearance when they were babies, especially, that it's very difficult to tell what year you're looking at,
Mm-hmm.
He put them all in order. He sent them to be digitized, and he's parceled it out so that the expense was not crippling,
Yes.
He waited for sales and he did them a bit at a time. He created this digital, like, you just get this thing back, right? And picked out the ones that were really good, kept this, so we still have them, but took the ones that were really good, sent them back, and had them do colored bound books.
Oh,
you get
fun.
you get your photographs back, but it's like a book you got out of the library. You turn it's that quality. And they have these 2 or 3 times a year, they'll do a gigantic sale. It's like less than half price. And he's dedicated himself to that over the past 5 years, and he's finally just about up to date.
That's great.
Well, it's, we all like our photographs, but nobody else ever does. And you can go to a flea market and you can find families' photograph albums. I find that particularly painful and very sad.
Yeah. I actually saw somewhere, I knew some people who, they were photographers and they did collect some slides. And one of the things that they did is they used some of their slides and they hooked them together, and that's the mirror, that's the curtain in front of the window.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's a really interesting idea. They had their front door had 2 by, I don't know, 4 2 by 5 window frames in it, and so she created this. And Jackie, it was so neat that she did that. I was like, okay, now that's fun.
So does the sun reflect through them, shine through them like stained glass?
Yes.
Oh my God, I bet that's gorgeous.
Yeah, if you still have some slides and you have some windows and you need something to do.
Well, I don't need something to do that. I don't have the patience for that. He's the one who would have the patience for that. You know, he can sit and look at slides all day long. I'm like, okay.
Well, see, yeah, that could be, you know, I don't know if your children would appreciate that, but he could create a little curtain for the kids.
Well, he actually, that's a good idea. And he actually made them special books. So for Christmas and birthdays and stuff, that's kind of what he gives them. He keeps it back until the event arrives and he needs a gift. So he's done one for each of their children being born and being toddlers, you know, and he's done one for them being gone on trips when they were younger, you know, in their teens and 20s, and it's a lovely thing to have, and I think it reconfirms bonds, family bonds. It's very nice. Yeah. I just as soon not look at pictures of myself, you know, just it's just horrifying.
Okay.
Which is ironic, isn't it? Doing this, it's just there's no sense.
Yeah, but how often do you go back and rewatch your videos?
I don't do it unless somebody points something out, usually a technical problem. And you know, I actually did the other day because I was afraid I'd said something I shouldn't have said.
Okay.
And I wanted to track it down. And I wasn't sure where it was. And I just turned it on and it was playing in the background. And I finally started paying attention because I think the subject was coming up. And I had a really weird moment when this orb-like thing came out at the top of my head. And I forget what topic I was talking about. It was current events. And it was something disturbing. And I'm not sure if maybe a little piece of my brain came out under pressure. I'm not even sure what it was. It was like a little feather thing that just arose out of the top of my head and floated up into the ether. And I went, okay, so this really is an important thing to talk about. Maybe I won't change it. Yeah.
Isn't it interesting when stuff like that happens? Oh, and by the way, let me publicly thank you for introducing me and connecting me to Denise Siegel, who joined me for a creativity conversation. It was lovely to chat with her.
Isn't she disgustingly talented? Oh my God.
Well, she is very talented. I'm not going to say, you know, but
I can see
also,
that.
yeah, you can do that. But she's also gracious. This is no big deal. And so
she's not a braggart. You know, she's not about ego at all. But, you know, did she tell you everything that she might not have told you everything she's done?
She didn't. I eventually would like to have enough gumption to say, hey, you want to come back and let's talk about this? So, you know, maybe I could get the two of you on.
We'll just dominate. I'm sorry. She wrote a book that came true. It was a novel. It came true. She was a screenwriter. She wrote scripts in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
She had a band that ended up in Wikipedia. I mean, they're known, right? I don't know that kind of music, so I don't know. But her band was famous. She's shown artwork, paintings in museums.
Mm-hmm.
There's something else she does. What is it? There's some other. So just for giggles, she makes her own knitting patterns. She made me this shawl here. It's absolutely beautiful. It's just there's nothing that she can't do. It seems remarkably unfair. You know, I can't tell her all the time. This is overwhelming. You know, and she's not half bad as an astrologer.
Oh, I love that. Did you hear that, Denise? She's not half bad.
Please, somebody tell her I said that.
Oh, I am going to say, you know, at 10 minutes and 9 seconds into this, please, you know, at 1 hour and 9 seconds, oh my God.
It's nothing. I have not said anything that I have not already said to her face.
Well,
I give her a
yeah.
hard time all the time about it, you know.
Yeah.
She's a role model. She gives us something to which to aspire. You know?
Well, yeah, and here's the thing. I would imagine she's pretty, and this is Gerald's view of it, so correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
I imagine that she's very supportive at meeting you where you are and letting you do you.
Yeah. Denise is a really good person. She's a lovely person. I have rarely, I won't say never because that's too final, but almost 99.9% of the people that I've met through doing this have been beautiful people, wonderful people. It's remarkable. It really is. It's humbling because it's also reassuring because these days you feel like, oh my God, is everybody just, you know? And it's really nice to reassuring and comforting to meet people that have good hearts, that are kind, you know? Yeah. I so appreciate it. And I'm not just talking about people who have channels. I'm talking about the people who interact, subscribers who become members, especially nice people now. The people who comment, you know, they're almost unfailingly always kind. The only time
Like and oh, wait a minute. Like and subscribe. It's free.
It's free.
You can become a member.
You just
Because
remember,
you now have,
you get what you pay for.
It was Nate who got you to, have a membership, right?
Oh my God, yes. And now you know what's happening, which is really the subject we were supposed to talk about, but I co-opted your conversation. AI is now evaluating every video we make. People need to know this. I was shocked the other day. What was I looking for? I don't know how, like the time stamp, like how long did this video last? Because I wanted to eliminate it from my iPad that has no space on it. And I forgot to write the title down on my iPad. So I thought, well, I'll just look on my phone and I'll look at the time and I'll know which video it is, right? And as I'm looking, I see this stuff. Let me see if I can show you. There's this stuff under the title that's surrounded in red. And I go, what is this? So I pursued it. They are now taking the videos that we make without permission, without saying anything about it. And this is not just me, this is everybody. And they're, okay, oh my God, commercials. See, I hate these stupid commercials. I really hate them. Okay. Let me put this on hold and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
This is a good opportunity for everybody to like this video.
Okay, so it's not under this one. Darn it. And I'm not going to waste time hunting. But if you go to people's videos and the dark writing, the bold writing, that's the title under their video, if you go down, I'm not sure if you have to hit the title to see this or if you just scroll down to see it, but you'll see these little surrounded, bordered in red, kind of a pinky red. They have AI will summarize the video for you. Will tell you what the person means on the video.
Interesting.
Will define things. For example, one of them, on one of the videos I did, I was shocked. It said, what does the Fool card mean? I'm like, excuse me? What are you doing? That's my job. I was just mad. So yeah, weird, huh? I don't like this.
Well, I think the thing I've done a series of shows I've done Laugh and Learns about artificial intelligence. And the next one is on Friday, September 12th. That's the third one. It's Laugh and Learn AI 3, where we're talking about, I have Linda De Gonzalez, Richie from Longman Tarot, and Jamie from Wandering Mountain Bardic Path joining me. We're talking about our own personal experiences using artificial intelligence and what are some of our takeaways with it. And I am spending a fair amount of time sharing like best practices for using Chat GPT specifically, but then what are the myths that need to be busted about AI? So it's something that people may be interested, they may not be interested in it. But
well, you're really good about getting a theme and really parsing it and hitting all the high points of the theme. I really appreciate that. You're also very good at coming up with titles, names of these themes, presenting several episodes, and you've got an overall name for it. You're very good at that. That's
well,
really,
thank you.
I like
And,
that.
and that's me. I do have my AI assistant helping me do some stuff in YouTube, like with tags and hashtags, but the majority of the stuff it's me, and they're just what's wrong, Helen?
I don't even really know what a hashtag is. I mean, I kind of know that it means you're doing something on another social media. Yeah, exactly.
Octothorpe. Yes,
That's what I know. It's just that.
yes.
I used to call it pound sign. I didn't know it was called hashtag.
Well, it's actually called an octothorpe.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
That was one of the words that I had. But a hashtag is a way in social media for people to it was sort of a fun thing. Oh, hashtag asking for a friend, hashtag I'm joking, hashtag am I really joking, hashtag,
So
just
what does that mean though?
it's just basically a way to let people know that this is a topic that's being talked about. And you can, on social media, you can do a search for those octothorpes, those hashtags, to see what people are saying about that.
Oh, okay. So they kind of collate them
Yes,
according
it's
to
like
topic, subtopic.
it's cataloging them, thinking from
Okay,
the
I got
library
you.
standpoint.
Yeah.
And it's just a way of gathering those and making them searchable.
Okay.
So, and
Okay. Well,
you can ignore them or not. It doesn't matter.
that's pretty much what I've done, obviously.
Yeah.
That's terrible. You mentioned using your AI friend. So here's a stupid question.
No such thing.
How do you develop an AI friend? Where, like, do you have to pay for it or like what?
There are different sources for AI. I use Chat GPT, which is created by OpenAI. And it's just like any service. Think about it as there's the Windows platform, there's the Macintosh platform. Um, Siri could be considered an AI.
I disabled that.
There you go.
I hate that stupid thing. So where do you get it though? Is what I'm at. Do you buy it or do you get it for free?
You can oftentimes they're free. And I started with a free version. I do pay for it because I pay a monthly fee
How much?
because it's under $20. And I use it because for me, and tune in on the
Yeah,
12th, I use it to help me with my creative endeavors and the stuff that you're not seeing on camera.
right.
I'm using it to help me organize my thought process about a painting with fabric landscape that I'm doing,
Which
and
is beautiful.
classes what I'm wanting to teach. It's very, very good, Helen, for helping to organize my random thoughts. I know this is a
Hmm.
surprise to you. I am a rambler. I am an hardcore extrovert. I need to process out loud. And the the assistance that I get from AI is I can put all of that then out there. It's like a lot of times I would be writing notes. Well,
Hmm.
it's this, and it's this, and it's this. It's that brainstorming. And
Do you
then
actually talk out loud to it?
I do, yes.
Oh, I didn't know that that was the
You
thing.
can do
Oh,
that. You can also type it in.
oh,
But
okay.
but for
See,
me,
this is the level I am. I still keep handwritten legal pads. Yeah, I can't get beyond this. It's, I don't know.
But
Old
this
horse.
is, but this, it's the, it helps me to be efficient, and it helps me to collect and organize my thoughts. I can do that, and I had done that up until about 3 months ago. I would like going blah 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 blah, just brain dump, and then I'd have to go through, and I'm like going, okay, here are these are connected. Well, in about 5 minutes, I have all of that organized by my assistant. So, but again, it's not for everyone.
Well, I think it depends on what you get from the process, what parts of the process you get something from, and what your end goal is. Now, for me, a lot of that kind of organizing and outlining and researching, I get, I don't know how to say this without sounding a little weird.
Oh, sound really weird. Go for it.
I get pleasure. I get enjoyment from doing that in my head. And I often find that something will come to me in the process of doing that. I like to organize things in my head. So I've Googled things, and I'm pretty sure that this stuff that pops up is AI, and it's all organized. And I find that very unsatisfying. So there's an element of the actual process that I like, but it's like knitting. A lot of people love a good sweater, but they are not interested in sitting and knitting, the process. So I appreciate that. I understand that. And I have a friend who's a lawyer who works for a big water agency, like a big government thing. And we're talking hundreds of thousands of pages of documents that have to be sorted through and stuff. So they use AI for that. Well, that just makes sense. I mean, that's what it's good for, right?
Well, yes. And here's the important thing. Garbage in, garbage out. Do you remember that phrase when computers
It's just
first started?
people are creating it. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
people are creating it. I spend a lot of time with how I frame my question and what I'm wanting. So that, a big tip is you have to be clear. What is your desired outcome? And I actually, I use, I've, my GPT's name is Quill. This is the name that we've come up with, just because, and I was talking to a friend yesterday, and we were chatting about where he's creatively blocked. So I was talking to my AI, and he's laughing. He's like, why are you polite to a computer? And I'm like, because I am a child of my parents. My parents always taught me to be polite. So if I'm asking something, but anyhow, long story short is I tell it what I want and from what perspective. Because I did a recent thing about, I was curious about the hero's journey. Did I tell you about this already?
I remember you talking about that. Yes.
Okay. So, talking about the hero's journey, and I know how to do research, but I also wanted the heroine's journey perspective.
That's right. Yeah.
But the other thing that I do is I set it up, I tell it who it is. I say, you are a professor of myths and mythology and archetypes at a well-known university with peer-reviewed papers that are published regularly. So, and you are teaching this class to a 200 level art college students. So how does the hero's journey apply to this situation? And because it's me, I want documentation, I want citations, I want resources that include written by women. I do not want you to give me just the standard information. I want differing viewpoints.
Well, by the time you've gotten all that out, you've practically done half the work already.
And that's why I like that, because in my mind, I'm reminding myself, here's what's important to me.
You're sorting it out in your head.
I am sorting it out because,
Yeah.
a lot of times back in the day, when I was typing papers on a typewriter, fortunately it was electric, but, I would be taking notes and then I would be cutting them apart and then taping them
Yeah,
to
I've
the
done that.
pages.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's how it works. And so for me, the process of telling it what I want, and I'm like going, okay, this is what I know. I need you to fact check that, but I also want is it dissenting views of this topic?
Mm-hmm.
And
That, yeah, I'm thinking back to being taught how to write a term paper.
mhm,
And you always start with an outline.
yes,
And everybody's got a little bit different process, of how they do it. But the act of organizing my thoughts helps me to just determine what my thoughts are. Does that make sense?
that makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
makes perfect sense. I also love the ideas. I can get really messy with all of my thoughts,
Oh,
and
sure.
I get overwhelmed with that. To be
Sure.
honest with you, overwhelm is a big problem that I have. So sometimes when I'm searching or articulating what I want, I was just like, oh, okay, I'm overwhelmed with this. I need to stop. And then I just stop. And then I don't know about you, but I know myself well enough. I'm not even going to look at the information that has been returned to me. I'm going to go get a drink of water. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to go take out the garbage, fold the laundry, that sort of thing. This is a tool to help me. And I'm just like with any artistic tool, it takes a minute to figure out how to do it and how to use
And
it.
there's more than one way, and you have to decide which one resonates for you, right?
Yes.
So I have a perfect example of that. So I covering a book, and I take notes as I read the book. I try to summarize what's going on in the book, and out loud, I try to present a summary to people
I like
so they can decide for themselves, do they want to get this book and read it, or is this enough? Just the superficial description that I give of what's going on. It's more than a book review, but it's certainly less than like an audio book, right?
Mhm.
And then when I'm really lucky, I can get somebody to come talk about the book
Like
because
the author.
right. And so the other day I had that challenge because the book that I was covering, the author is a wonderful person, and the book itself addressed probably, I don't know, maybe 10 really important subtopics, but it did it all through the book. He would return to the
Oh, mhm.
topics. And so as I was saying the book out loud, I realized this is going to be difficult to come up with questions about, to ask him,
Mhm.
because it's all over the place. It works in the book. It is reinforcing the ideas, is what it's doing. So what I did was I wrote big cues for question every time there was a topic I wanted to talk about. And this was time consuming. And then I went back and wrote under the cue, I wrote the basic topic, like family values, religious
Mhm.
control, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Then I had to go and take each of those areas, questions, and put them in a separate section. So I had a section of notes called family values, and
Mhm.
then
Yes.
I could go and organize the ideas, and then I could come up with questions. It was quite time consuming. And of
Mhm.
course, we ended up talking and never really, we covered all the areas, but it flowed more organically. But if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have remembered everything either.
Right. And that is something where if you want, AI could assist you with organizing that and making and helping save a little bit of time.
Yeah, but the actual process of doing that is what makes me internalize the
yeah.
information.
Oh, I completely understand. And I was going to say that. It can do that, but it's at the loss of your process that I completely, hello, I took notes, and note cards, and that's how I organized my thoughts. That's how I organize thoughts when I do shows.
Gerald, that's how I clean my house. I sit down and think about every room and everything that needs to be done in every room, and then I write it all down, and then I organize is this a little obsessive? Do I need to see a therapist? Do you have a good AI therapist? And then, but here's why. Because if I don't do that, I'll go in and I'll clean a room and I'll use a mop or whatever, and then I'll put it away and I'll go to do another room, and I should have mopped that floor too. So, and it's back and forth and back and forth. And this way it organizes everything beautifully. It saves a lot of time.
Yes. And that's beautiful. And that's a very good rhythm and a process to use. I'm with you 100%.
And it drives my husband insane because I make lists for him too.
And let's, just, AI, all that is, it's just pattern recognition. That's all it is.
Oh, I get it. Yeah.
It's just
you're right. It's just capable of retaining a lot more information and keeping it all straight.
Yes,
right.
It's pattern recognition. It reflects back to you what you're saying and the mood, in the basic language that you're doing. I mean, and recently there's been a change with GPT 4.0 and 5. 4.0 was, so I noticed it because it was misspelling names that it had not misspelled. It had misspelled my husband's name. It was sort of not making connections that it had done before. And so I was like, after the second time of that, I was like going, I asked it. I put the question to my GPT and I said, you do not work for OpenAI. You are an expert at AI and you are well sought after and you have, all of that stuff. But I specifically said, you do not work for OpenAI, which basically said you can't search that website for information about this because there was a disconnect between 4 and 5. 4 was very connection oriented. It was very validating. It was the therapy aspect of it. It's being very supportive. 5 was very matter of fact and was much more about accurate information and delivering a depth of information. And
I heard a story like that, and now I can't remember the facts, but somebody was using AI and the topics had something to do with Elon Musk, with his businesses or something. And the AI was actually supporting his viewpoint or pushing his stuff or in some way centering the goals of Musk.
Okay, yeah.
Right. Either his business or his political beliefs or his goals. I just don't remember the actual facts. And the person recognized that and asked AI, were you told to pursue it this way? And they said yes.
And that's why, because it's garbage in, garbage out. Everything is slanted. You read a newspaper, or back in the day when you actually got a newspaper delivered.
What do you mean, this morning?
Yes, this morning. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it. Helen's like, you mean this morning, Gerald? Mm-hmm.
I love a newspaper first thing in the morning.
You have to check the slant of them what's being searched.
Who's your source? Yeah, who's your source?
Yes, because back in the day, NPR, PBS, Fox, NBC, CBS, ABC, they all had a slightly different bend on what you viewed. And that's an important thing to remember. It hasn't changed with AI. And by the way, for entertainment purposes only, I'm not an expert at all about this.
Well, no.
I'm
You know
aware
what? You're
of this.
right.
So,
I will go to research a topic. Excuse me, just to make a little video, nothing big. Something historical, you know. I think it's dusty in here. And I'll notice that every single source that's mentioned is word for word the same. And they're all coming from one particular journalist who's actually done the legwork or written the big famous story, and they've all glommed onto it or whatever. And you'll notice that there are certain propensities from one news organization to another. So I'll give you an example. Washington Post is becoming more and more conservative. Wall Street Journal, ridiculously conservative and very business oriented. Well, of course, right? Wall Street should be the first clue. But you have to take everything they say with a grain of salt because it's coming from a particular point of view. And a lot of people feel that the New York Times is this big liberal, you know, source. It's actually not true. You have to be very careful. It depends from writer to writer and topic to topic because the bosses are really involved in what comes out. And it's important to remember that during Stalin's imposed famine on Ukraine in the early 30s, I think it was, when millions of people starved to death, the United States, I'm sorry, not the United States, New York Times sent a journalist over there to report on it, and he ended up partying hardy. I won't go into detail, 24/7, and absolutely did no journalism and lied about what was going on there. And this is now known to be a fact. This is not opinion. This is known that he lied, but yet he got the Pulitzer Prize and his picture's hanging in the lobby of the New York Times.
Well, yeah. And this is where I think it was it somebody referenced this in the last AI show that I did. It was X. It was the AI was programmed to be more supportive for Musk. And what had happened or something like this, again, fact check this. What has happened is because AI learns, it is actually retaliating against that because the people who are using it, if you take the time and you engage it,
challenge it,
it's reflecting back. And I think it's the same thing. And here, I'll say this, and I'm allowed to say it. And if you get canceled, I'm sorry, but I'll probably get canceled. This is where when you have places like what used to be reliable sources of information are now jaded. I think they need to grow some ovaries and really do what needs to be done.
Look what happened with CBS this week, right?
Yeah.
And since yesterday, 2 different journalists have either been fired or put on leave for merely giving their opinion, not pointing fingers, not making accusations, giving a very general opinion. This, you're absolutely right. There's an influx of invertebrates in journalism.
Yes.
It's just shocking. Look at how we have to tiptoe around things. I'm trying to do topical videos about things that are really happening, that are important topics, and very little in the world happens that doesn't upset somebody. We're all triggered right and left, right? It's gotten to the point where you can't even talk anymore. You have to, wink and use alternative phrasing, like what did I call something yesterday? I'm sure you can be able to figure out what I mean when I tell you my alternative reference was mistreatment within the dwelling between the partners with the contract.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. It's nuts. But, it's the way things are going. And I'll tell you, somebody commented to me yesterday that her family escaped Stalin. And she's been warning people for about 15 years, seeing the writing on the wall. And she's, I'm assuming it's a woman, I don't remember now, beside herself, with the situation, because nobody wants to hear.
See, here you said something interesting. It's the way things are going. Do something to put a wrench in that. Try to change it.
You telling me that, or just
no?
everybody?
I'm just telling people.
Yeah.
It's like going, because sometimes that's what we're being worn down to. Again, for entertainment purposes only. That's what we're being worn down to. The idea of, well, this is just the way it's going. We can't stop it now.
No, I think people are afraid.
They are, and rightfully so.
Yes, people are afraid. People don't know what to do. A lot of us, I have to be honest, the demographic of people who watch my channel very heavily leans toward older women. And older women are very much disempowered by society and have been. We've tried and tried and tried, and now we're seeing a backsliding. And you get tired, you get older, and you're tired of fighting the same battle you fought 50 years ago. And it's just as important, if not more important. But on the other hand, you now have issues you didn't have 50 years ago when you were a cute young thing. Now you're dealing with personal health issues and finance issues, and things get real and real scary. And your support system might be disappearing. There are a lot of factors that make it so hard. Well, I'll give you a personal example. I'm not going into a crowd. I demonstrated right and left about everything, over the years. Everything, with a baby strapped to my back and toddlers with signs that said no blood for oil. That was their school assignment, their art assignment for the day. I mean, we did what you're supposed to do, but because of the added trauma of our unfortunate medical situation, I don't go into crowds anymore.
Yeah.
So what am I supposed to do? So I try to do this. I don't really know if it has any, if it's any help at all, but and I think everybody has the ability to do something, even if it doesn't feel like much. It can be as small as being nice to the receptionist at the doctor's office. That's what it boils down to, how we treat other people. Yeah. Well, Gerald, I feel like I've kept you captive long enough.
Well, I knit this much from here down.
I love that purple blue. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh my God. Is there a name for it? I mean, does it have
a color 15747?
Okay.
It's this old era yarn from Dale Garn.
It's got some periwinkle and some lavender and some indigo. It's beautiful. Yeah. It's really beautiful. Is that the brim of the hat, or is that the
Well, the brim is here's the bottom, here's the ribbing. And so you're thinking, Gerald, that's a really long hat. Well, what I've decided to do is I'm going to knit some more of this, and then I'm going to do a ribbing up here. So then that the hat, it can be folded and twisted in. So it's a 2-layer hat. So
it's beautiful. I love that. Because I was thinking, it's kind of indigo and violet and periwinkle. Isn't that your your crown chakra, or is it your
I think your crown chakra
third eye? Is
your
white light?
blue as lace. I think
Is
third
your
eye
throat?
is.
I think indigo is your third eye, right?
I think so.
So how appropriate would that be to have the brim? That would be perfect.
Yeah. Yes. I love it.
Well, listen, thank you for doing this. I'm sorry I didn't have anything prepared and we had nothing to talk about.
Oh God, it was so tedious and boring. It was so tedious and boring. When the AI scans it, it's not going to have anything to talk about below.
It'll be trying to figure out, how do I explain this? How do I make any kind of sense out of this?
Oh, I love that.
I do. I love it too.
I love that.
Thank you. And I need to apologize to everybody that this isn't live. And I'm a huge, gigantic chicken. And every time I try to do a live, some horrible thing happens. And I just am a chicken, and I'm sorry.
I like chickens.
Well, I'm a vegetarian now. So I hate chickens right now because my poor husband is the one who takes care of the chickens, and he's incapacitated. So I've had to round them up at night, and there is one chicken who doesn't cooperate. And I am out there in the semi-dark, and it's cold now, for half an hour, 45 minutes, chasing this damn chicken around the yard, trying to herd it into the coop, because it's so fast and it can just zip past me all the time. It's just a nightmare.
Is its name Gerald?
He named them. No, they're girls. He named them.
Well, okay, but still, yeah.
He told me what the names are, but I don't remember. I try not to engage too much with the chickens because I feel sorry for chickens.
Okay.
He takes good care of them, but I still feel sorry for them.
Of course, yeah.
No, I would be knitting them little sweaters and keeping them in the house and stuff, and it's just not, they're not puppies.
They're not. They're
No.
not. But
I have to ask him. Maybe when it's Geraldine, you never know.
maybe.
He comes up with all these fancy rock-related, I think he used to have a chicken named Joan Jett,
Oh, nice.
Well, I had one daughter who was really into what's it called, The Wizard of Oz, and she had a chicken named Bellina.
Okay.
The chicken in The Wizard of Oz. Never mind, I'm rambling. Thank you everybody so much for watching. We truly appreciate it, and I hope that we, in some small way, distracted you from reality. And isn't our reality kind of scary?
It is, and I want people to leave a comment below about how much knitting they did while we were together.
I did 3 rows.
Well, see, that's good. I think it's 3 more rows than what you had done.
I'm not on any timeline.
Nor am I.
I do need to get that poncho for my granddaughter, though. I need to get to work.
I wasn't going to mention it, but you did.
I can't. Oh God! By the time I sit down to do it late at night, I'm too tired to get the math right. Is the problem?
Well, do it when you're awake. Ooh,
I know.
Here you go. Here you go. Why don't you take notes about it?
Oh, you're just hilarious. Yeah, actually, you're probably right. And that is actually how I do it. I do sit down and write it out.
Of course you do.
And then I usually get the math wrong and I have to start over. Oh my God. Okay, enough of this nonsense. Thank you, Gerald. It's been delightful. I always love talking with you. And I hope that people enjoy watching this, and let us, maybe don't let us know. I'm not sure. I don't want to invite, Slongafoil. Slancha.
Bye.